This will show you how to use dates on a grid in order to determine whether you can delete a particular record or not. So we've got a grid that's just based on an invoices table. So I'm going to use an invoice date as the class date in your case. And I've put a button on here, and um, the JavaScript here. There's a lot of commented code here, so we just get through that. But basically, what we're going to do is we're going to grab the this what we're going to call the start date, and that's going to be the class start date. I'm just using an invoice date for that, the one that's displayed on the grid. So that's going to be our class start date. And what I'm using for this is a great little library called Moment.js, which has a ton of amazing features. So this is it here, Moment.js. It's just at momentjs.com. Go and get it, download it, um, and put it in to your grid like this. If I go to properties and I'll go here, JavaScript linked files. It's just called moment.js, and just put this into your project main folder, or you can put it in a subfolder called JavaScript, and then make sure you also put it into your published subfolder if you put it there. So if you're putting it into a JavaScript folder, it would look like this: JavaScript slash moment.js, or if you want to call your JavaScript folder just JS, do something like that. So this would go into my project folder in a folder named JS or JavaScript, whatever you want, and then moment.js would go in there. And this just makes working with dates so much easier than working with regular JavaScript. And what else is there about Moment.js? I think that's it. So if that gets loaded, then let's go back here. And in the on-click for this button, what we're doing here is we're grabbing the start date. We're just doing a get value in the row number. So the row number we get as a placeholder down here. So that's our grid row number. Great. And the get value is just one of the grid methods here. So we say we're getting it from the grid part as opposed to a detail part, and then the field that we're going after. So that's going to be our class start date. So we're going to turn that into a moment date. All right. So we're going to assign it. We're going to use moment and assign it there. So now we've got it in here, and we can use it in the other moment events and functions. So then we're going to get a cancel date. Now, cancel date, you said less than 2 days, not 2 days and less. So you said less than 2 days. So we're going to subtract one date from our start date. So our cancel date is going to be moment, start date, and subtract number of days. Well, we're saying that we're using days, and subtract the number of days. And this is what's so brilliant about Moment. It makes this stuff really easy. You don't have to muck around with tearing the date apart and then putting it back together again. So we're going to grab our start date, and we're going to subtract 1 day from it. And then we're going to grab today's date, which for Moment is just moment with parentheses. So that's going to be today's date. And then we're going to use a function called isAfter in Moment. So we're going to set this flag. This is going to be a flag as isAfter returns true or false. And I'm just going to get rid of this. And so allow delete is moment is today's date after the cancel date. And as far as that subtraction is concerned. So if that's true, then it's too late to cancel the class. And if it's false, then we can go ahead and delete the row. And I've commented out this delete row stuff, and I just put in a comment saying I'm actually deleting the row. And that should be it. So I'll post this code, and you can muck around with it. But if I run this now, what we've got is, let's say, the 9th, which is certainly today's date is certainly 2 days or 1 day, less than 2 days after that. Less than 2 days. So we can't cancel that one. All right. And so the 15th is, since we're sitting at the 17th, so that's less than 2 days. But the 18th is 1 day out, so we can cancel. Oh, the 18th? Oh, sorry, where am I? The 18th? Yeah, that's a cancel date. The 19th? Yes, that's right. So the 18th is less than 1 day because we're sitting on the 17th. But the 19th is 2 days away, so we can delete that row, no problem. So just do that again, deleting that row. 21st, if I move to that row, yes, I can delete that row. The 29th, yes, I can delete that row. But again, the 18th, we're only 1 day out then. So if it's less than 2 days, sorry, it's too late to cancel. The 19th is 2 days, so we can delete that one. The 15th, that's a start date, so the class has already started, can't do it. And so that works pretty well, I think. Moment.js, very powerful stuff. Learn how to use it. You won't be sorry using that one. Thanks for looking.